In an overall reflection on my swimming performance improvement program, I think that there were some changes that I could have implemented to the program which could have allowed me to have a better margin of improvement and also a better chance of achieving the goals that I'd set for the 10-week program. I think that the program that I'd implemented for this unit was not as ideal as I thought it was, and that if I was to undertake another performance improvement program, there would be a variety of changes and modifications that I would make to ensure that it would be more successful than the one I've implemented in this unit. The first change that I would make to the program is that I would ensure that I increase the distances that I use as part of my set, and also fitness set in comparison to the distance that I'm being tested on or training for. For example, the overall distance that I was training for within this assessment was 400 metres. For my program itself, I felt that the distances that I was swimming were not enough, especially due to the fact that I was going to have to swim 400 metres and I was only doing small fartlek trainings over short distances, as shown by the pictures from my diary from sessions 2 and 3 from block 3 on my diary. I believe that I need to be swimming bigger distances to gain a better overall endurance and mean that I am better equipped going into the post test for the 400 metre swim, and is why I believe I will implement the first change. The second change that I'm going to implement to my training program will be trying to have a bigger emphasis on my strategies, goals that I have for the training program. This will be shown through looking up the ideas online as to be able to gain a better technique and what you could be focusing on, as well as looking at set drills that you could use in the program. In terms of my training program, I used a few drills, but I could have used a lot more than what I did, and this therefore meant that my kick, pull and stroke length, of which were 3 of my 4 strategies that I worked on, were not as effective in the final test as they could have been if I had implemented more specific drills as well as bigger distances, so that the drills therefore became second nature and became easier to do. By being able to focus on the main technique through the implementation of the changes above, it will therefore mean that there will be a better improvement of overall technique, which by having good technique will mean that you're able to swim or run faster and therefore have a better chance to achieving the goal set for the specific period. The program itself, I believe, met my needs to an extent as it helped me to improve a small margin over the 10-week period, but it still did not allow me to be able to achieve my overall goal set for the program. I think personally, at looking back at the program now, if I had implemented the changes shown above, I would have had significantly higher chances of increasing my improvement margin and achieving my overall goal for the unit, of which was trying to surpass the excellent standard for the 400 metre swim. In terms of how the swimming program itself affected me physically, it saw me improve my overall time for the 400 metre swim from originally swimming 6:03 minutes to swimming 5:50 minutes, which is therefore telling me that I was able to improve my overall endurance through the pool. I think that I also wasn't able to improve any more due to the fact that I was physically overdoing myself each week for the 10-week program. This was due to the fact that I was doing athletics trainings as well as having to do my swimming trainings, of which physically it started to see me become drained and tired, and even though I was able to improve my overall time for the swim, I still think I could have been better improved throughout the specific unit. In terms of how the program affected me mentally, at the start it was really good and saw me starting to release endorphins, which allowed me to feel good about myself through the day as I progressed through the program. As I look back after my training programs now, I think I start to realise that this wasn't the way to go, and that ideally I mentally became unwell and was unable to push myself throughout the specific unit, and therefore meant that I was unable to achieve my overall goal of surpassing the excellent standard for the 400 metre swim. In terms of my overall program, I think that I already developed my own program for the unit, and so I felt that I would have liked some more guidance from the teachers as to the specific sections that I should be focusing on, and if I should have set ways to build up through the 10 weeks so that I'm able to be in the best shape possible going into the post-test for the 400 metre swim. As well, I was happy to develop my program like I did in this assignment, but just would have liked better input from the teachers.